This starts as a garage horror story, becomes therapy, then Mike turns the comments into a nightclub.
I was teasing this one at the beginning of the show, and I don't even know how to present this, but brother, 36-year-old Fort Wayne guy. This is fucking crazy, man. This guy.
Fort Wayne, that's a place. Where is that?
Fort Wayne just came the hometown nobody claims at Thanksgiving.
It's in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay.
He walks into a garage, however you want to say it, with a kitchen knife.
Keith said garage 4 times because his soul was looking for an exit ramp.
He cuts off his nuts.
Every man just pulled his knees together like the chair owed him money.
He pours gasoline on his nuts. He throws it into the garage and lights it on fire, and then walks out.
That is what happens when impulse control leaves the chat and gasoline starts giving advice.
What did his nuts do?
It's what?
I mean, there's clearly an action for that.
That is the face of every husband asking why the thermostat moved 1 degree.
That's a reaction to an action.
John is asking motive like the balls had a secret podcast.
What was the action?
What did his nuts do? Well, his nuts started the garage on fire.
Like, figure like this, dude. If you did, if you tried to wipe a booger, listen, if you tried to wipe a booger on me, my initial reaction should be to fucking slap your hand or your face, whatever was closer.
That is every uncle at a barbecue explaining why he punched the cooler.
That would be my reaction to your action. What did his nuts do?
Mike says apparently his nuts didn't do too much.
Well, it should be cutting off his fucking shaft. The nuts are just fucking dangling behind.
That is the first time balls needed a defense attorney.
So Johnny, when I heard this quote, I immediately thought of you. Because I go back to something Flynn said to me back when we first started working with Flynn years back. She goes, Keith, imagine this guy, you, building a career before the internet.
Before the internet, men had to fail publicly with no tutorial and worse hair.
That stuck with me. Right, because you're an independent contractor building you're building a career in wrestling, bodybuilding, and strength. Look at the internet, right? I know you're a big fan of this, my brother. Gratitude literally rewires your brain and optimizes your heart rhythm. So guys, here's listening to myself and John today. Have you expressed gratitude today?
After that story, I am grateful for pants, doctors, and not owning gasoline.
If you haven't, maybe this moment is some awareness for you to sit back and express some gratitude. Maybe to somebody you love, maybe to a buddy, maybe your own self, maybe your own mirror. Maybe your own mirror to say that I'm happy with myself, guys. But I'd love to because it's going to rewire your brain and it's going to give you a better heartbeat. Simple as that, man. There's fact here. Let's get some gratitude on the table here. Nation. We got to stop and pause for a quick second to give all attention and all love to our new member of the Mornings in Lab community. His name is Mike. It's making stuff. Nation, boom, boom. Mike, I appreciate you, man. I love you. I really do, and I mean that with sincerity. Not enough men out there express love and emotion, but you will find it here. He says this, great show, new sub.
Mike saw one felony campfire and thought, these are my people.
Yeah, baby. Oh, Mike, are you submissive? Yeah, I'm a dom. Boop, boop.
That welcome got weird faster than a group chat after 2 beers.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit you get here, brother. I dig the vibe 150%, man. To those elsewhere on other platforms, I hope to get to know y'all. You look like a hell of a community. Well, listen, Mike, I got some introductions to make, my brother. Below you is the name Good Time. Charlie's one of our OGs here in the lab. Charlie is a rock star. So, Charlie, I'd like to introduce you to Mike. Mike, meet Charlie. And Good Time. I'm sorry. And Mike Sullivan. You got Sullivan here. Mike, you got a couple Mikes here. Sully. You got Mike is making stuff. Mike is making stuff. Good morning to Sullivan. Sullivan is also one of our OGs here. Mike is making stuff. I want to introduce you to Adam Holroyd. Holroyd is here as well. He's the OG. Yeah. And we also got we got a lot of love for our resident. Hey, Mike, we got a resident bullshit professor in the lab. And I'm telling you, a actual bullshit professor. Yeah, he's the world's leading bullshit professor. Yeah, his name is Dr. Jon Petrocelli. He's out of the Carolinas over there. He's with us in the lab every single Friday. He'll be here tomorrow, but he's in the comments all the time, man. And he is a fucking rock star. Tuesdays, we got Brianna Bass. We talk sex and relations. Brianna's here as well. And I know I'm missing somebody in the comments there, so I apologize. Oh, we got Cheryl Whitaker out there as well. And then we got Mike saying no back shots unless it's after 10 on Saturdays.
This comment section has morning coffee and motel parking lot energy.
It's 2026 and $20. It's $20. Mike, you're awesome, man. I fucking love it. You're awesome. You are awesome. Mike, you are welcome. We get up and after it every single day here at 8 o'clock. 7:30, Matt Roof kicks it off. 7:30, Matt Roof kicks it off here in the member on the network. And yeah, I got a new nickname today there, Mike. It's now the Young One. All right, guys, listen. Nobody is coming to save your life. And I think that's what really got me going on this one. What's this one? This rejuvenated commitment to my life. That's what it is. This realized, reimagined commitment to my life. The next 50 years of my life. Like I said, it was middle of June, and I was like, holy shit, man. Yeah, I'm 54, going to be 55 around the corner before I know it, I'm 60. And I'm thinking to myself that, yeah, I know what the future brings. It's the docs, it's the subscriptions, it's probably the relative decline of life because that's what happens to humans. We get old, we age into decline.
Watch the previous highlights for more controlled chaos. Full show is up next. Some men pray for clarity,
manifest a breakthrough.
then ignore the obvious thing needed to do at 9 a.m.
Today, we're asking, what's faith? What's focus?
And what's just a very spiritual way to avoid responsibility.
Only on The Big Show.
Good morning, nation. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, and Friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. We got Jimmy on the buttons, and of course, we got our very own producer, Neiman, out there making sure the words sound as good as I look this morning. We got Dwayne and Rico doing the fucking arm wrestle for who's going to own the baby boomer token. He is toothless and proud. His name, Matt Roof. Our very own Dr. Jon Petrocelli, our resident bullshit professor. Brianna, you're always teaching me, man, every single Tuesday. Nation, you will not find this kind of knowledge anywhere on the planet to start your day other than Mornings in the Live with Keith, John, and Friends. Oh, hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Hey, good morning. The nutter butter. Why the AI? No. I'm real. I'm the handsome chief, otherwise known as the young one. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is July 10th. Yeah, my date is over there. I'm just looking over there, right over there. Right over there is a calendar. Good morning, everybody. What a shaking nation. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Maddie. Good morning, Charlie. Good time, Charlie. Good morning, Sapphire Raven. And good morning, the Nutter Butter. And good morning to my douchebag friend out there. Yeah, sorry. Just had to put it on the table this morning. So that's the privilege I get with the show. I get to put the glasses on, I get to put the hat on, I get to have some good fucking fun. Yeah. HYD, good morning, Rico. Rico is up and at him, the resident boomer in the lab. What is shaking, Mr. Nutter Butter? Hey, Nutter Butter, where are you joining me from this morning? Welcome to the show that we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We get up, we get after live, 8 o'clock right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Authority Network. Matt Roof opened it up for us, 7:30. Yes, he does, baby. Hey, big fight tomorrow. Conor McGregor's back in the ring. We're talking about it today. Later on in the day, big day here on the Mornings in the Lab Authority Network. Brand new show dropping. Yeah, it's called The Tie-In with John Kiesel and some guy named Keith Bellis. Yeah, it drops noon Eastern time on The Tie-In. North Dakota. Hey, Nutter. Hey, Nutter, look up. Nutter, I want you to pause your life right now with your phone and look right up. That's where I am. I'm up in Manitoba, Nutter. I'm your neighbor, my brother. You get onto the 75, isn't it, Nutter? And just head north. I'll meet you down the road there, about an hour down the road. Yeah, true story. We're in North Dakota, are you? The Nutter Butter. I love your name, brother. All right, hey, coming up on the show here today. Guys, so my buddy Maurice, my business partner Maurice and I forever, he's like, hey, man, I think one of the safest bets you can buy in a franchise is Dairy Queen. Well, apparently not. No, dude, they're closing. Listen, this show is about lifestyle and getting up, getting after. We talk peptides, we talk cannabis, we talk crazy life stuff. We talk, hey, cool, the outskirts of Glenburn. That's pretty awesome, man. Well, listen, thank you for hanging out and joining me on the show. Glenburn, yeah, I know where that is. Hey, dude, so listen, I'm looking at you. Nutter, welcome. You got a choice where to spend your time, and you've kind of stumbled by here. So maybe you'll stick around for a while. I'd like to introduce Adam Holroyd there in the comments. I can tell you Charlie's out there. I can tell you Rico's out there. I can tell you Petrocelli's out there. There is a morning community Nutter, and you are welcome here, my friend. So stick around, have some fun. We'd love to see you in the comments. We'd love to see what you have to say. But guys, hey, Holroyd. So I think we're about the same age, Holroyd. I really do. And you know what, buddy? Dude, they're closing Dairy Queens around North America. And Holroyd, I think it's one of those places that you're like, what? Isn't that one of those restaurants that's going to be around forever? But Adam, I think it's because you and I are on the peptide train. We're like, yeah, I'm not going to Dairy Queen anymore. So Holroyd, I think you and I, and I'm serious, brother, I'm talking to you right now. I think that you and me are the epitome of why they're closing. Yeah, true story. Good morning, Petro. Yes, we got Petrocelli in the lab as well. Hey, Nutter Butter. Right below you, there's Dr. Jon Petrocelli. He's our resident bullshit professor. He'll be on the show a little bit later today. We're going to talk some prayer, some manifestation, some gratitude. Hey, Petro, I want to kind of lean into some of the BS in the world. And I don't mean this in a negative way, maybe in a loose way, but it's like every time there's like, I'm sorry to say this, like a mass shooting, everybody says we're going to pray. And it's like, pray is going to fix it. I don't know. And I know it gives people comfort. Maybe the comfort is where it comes from, but I'm just thinking about that. And hey, Petro, if we have some time, the red car theory. Yeah, so I was kind of doing some thinking about that. I'm talking about that later on the show. I'm talking about later this morning with my buddy Kiesel on the second show. But the red car theory is fascinating, Petro? You see it once, and then everywhere you look, there's a freaking red car. Yeah, true story. Good morning. Jess of the Yule is here as well. Yes, Jess stumbled over from Maddie's show. All right, we got the big gang here on Friday here in the lab. I am loving it. I'm excited about it. I know right now Rico's looking at his watch going, holy shit, man, Billis is still not getting after it. Rico, I'm sorry, man. Rico, I'm sorry, brother. I'm doing as fast as I can. Yes, I can. We got to pick a side. We got some trending topics and a whole lot more coming up. Jimmy, you got a button ready because the morning loop, it starts. Go right now.
Good morning, nation. A few years ago, Chief wouldn't touch peptides or anything else you had to stick into your body.
Then he finally tried them. Now he won't let them go, just like those joints he's been holding to for years.
He's completely converted. He's tracking results, asking questions, and apparently inviting Greg to try them too.
Greg? Who the hell is Greg? Chief discovered peptides and immediately started recruiting strangers from his contact list.
At this rate, Greg is either his oldest friend, his pharmacist, or somebody who accidentally answered a group text.
Chief,
Whichever side you land on, if you're feeling better and doing it responsibly, we're standing right there with you.
But stay away from this thing. You know exactly what it means, Chief. Let's start the morning loop.
It's not lost upon me that when you said stay away from this thing, you had my head next to Roofy's toothless face. So I would stay away from that thing as well, Jimmy. Yes, I would. Yeah, you guys know I've started my peptide journey last week, and yes, I might be talking about it with everybody. Good morning, Rico. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, I've sped it up. It's called the Rico opener now. In my head, when I get the openers ready, okay, the Rico opener. I look at my clock. I'm like, I got to get after it. And here's the great thing, guys, when you build the show and you build a community with everybody else. So what's up with the AI, says the Nutter Butter? Well, so Nutter, I want to share some philosophies with you. So I believe that, I believe that we're creating a brand new experience here in the lab. We have a whole cast of characters. That's Sterling and Preston. We got Sophia. We got Maya. We got Frankie and Tommy and Nutter. We got a whole Mornings in the Lab universe here, along with myself, John Anderson, Dr. John Petrocelli, Brianna Bass. You have joined. Think of like the Marvel universe. Think of like the DC universe, except for the mornings. You have walked into something you have never seen before. You have joined a conversation and a show that has not existed before, and we're having some fun making it. So I invite you to sit back, have some fun, and just kind of lean into it. And you know what? Here's the thing, Nutter. It's just fucking ridiculous that we get to make humans. I don't know about you, man. I'm a Gen Xer, and I grew up thinking to myself, man, if I can make a human, that'd be pretty cool. Well, now we're fucking making them. We're making humans, Nutter. So I'm with you, man. I can't get over how ridiculous it is, which is why we're leaning into it, which to me, the more we lean into the ridiculousness of all this AI stuff, it allows us to be even more human. Because, hey, Nutter, true story. I'm a human. Yeah. Hey, Holroyd, that is wild. I know there's one around the corner from me too, just down the road. Wait a minute. I always get my kids day cake there. Yeah. Sound like D&D. You know what's D&D like? Are you thinking like not Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what you're thinking? Interesting if you are. Holroyd. So getting day cake there. Yeah. Oh, I love day cake from Dairy Queen. Oh yeah, true story. But hey, Jimmy. So no, I'm not recruiting anybody and everybody for my peptide journey. No, just anybody who wants to know, I'm telling them all about it. As well as I'm sleeping and I'm getting all the good stuff there. Oh yeah, D&D, exactly. Cool. Hey, brother. So hey, let's get there, guys. Holroyd, did you guys play D&D, Petro, like all that kind of stuff? I did. I wasn't the biggest D&D guy, but I certainly was kind of raveling around because I like storytelling. I like characters. I like all that stuff. But cool, that's man. Make humans and characters. That is freaking cool, dude. I am all over you there. But Jimmy, let's get into the trending topic this morning. Dairy Queens are closing all around North America, and I wonder why. Jimmy, let's run the clip.
They're closing your childhood Dairy Queen, which means the Blizzard machine outlasted your first marriage, but not private equity. That's America.
That place raised half the town. Soft serves, sticky floors, emotional damage. Basically a church with better sprinkles and worse financial planning.
If the Dairy Queens can disappear overnight, what else are you pretending is permanent? Your job, your title, or that haircut?
It sure is a, hey, Jimmy, am I frozen on that camera there when I look straight? Just kind of curious, brother. Am I, so my camera looks like it's frozen when I'm looking straight. You tell me there, Jim, if I'm not. But birthday cake, yeah. I love, no, okay, good. So I'm good. Okay, awesome. Listen, I'm not going to deny, I don't mind. I love ice cream, but I don't eat it because I can't eat it whole right. If I eat ice cream, I'm toasted because I can't stop at one spoon. There's a few things I know that I just can't do, and ice cream is one of them. I freaking love it. It's the texture, ice cream, cookie dough, that kind of stuff, peanut butter. Oh, hey, there we go. I played Galactic Challenge. Yes, there. I love it. We got the community engaging. Hey, Nutter, look what you did. Nation, let's just pause for a second. I love this, man. Nutter stumbles upon our community this morning. He gets into the chat, doesn't lurk. He starts a conversation, and now we're all leaning into it. We got Holroyd playing D&D. We got Petro playing Galactic Challenge. Rico, did you play some of that stuff? I know I did it well. See, Nutter, that's how it works here, my brother. Nutter, you are welcome. Listen, Nutter, you are officially part of the community, my brother. Yeah, so come on back Monday through Friday. We get after 2 hours every single day here. Yeah, there you go. So listen, D&D is much fun. It's the strategy behind it, right? It's thinking, it's strategy, it's chaotic, it's characters, it's a lot of good stuff. 100%. But yeah, so listen, D&D will actually expand your mind. No question about that, Petro. There's that's what's fun about it. Is it's storytelling in an analog way. I think we would agree that D&D and the Galactic Challenge. I think that was what was with the cross. in the QQ intro. I don't know. I'll have to ask Jimmy about that one. Well, that's a question for Jimmy there, Holroyd. But you know what I'm loving about you look back at old school D&D and the Galactic Challenge. That's like modern day like mixed reality or modern day like augmented reality or like modern day like kind of the video games kind of stuff right now. It's pretty cool. Oh, we got Jess in the Yule. I'm in the middle of a campaign right now. Nation, I love the fact you guys are telling me what you're up and after. Neiman, Jimmy, hey Maddie, we got an entire crew that loves all this stuff that we grew up with. So Nation, we are after it. I'm loving this, man. But guys, listen, across Texas and Arizona, locations that stood for 40, 50 years, Dairy Queens going dark. Yeah, bankruptcies, franchises, shuttering, closing restaurants. And it's got to make you wonder, man, like is McDonald's next or A&W next? And listen, I don't eat at these establishments for the most part. I try to, stay on the healthier side of life choices. But I think there's something to be said about the nostalgia feeling of that. And just, driving through, rural North America and going, wait a minute, let's go stop at the Dairy Queen. Let's go stop at this. And they're gone. Yeah, after 86 years, Nutter. No, you're absolutely right. We're battling werewolves in Florence Nightingale. Oh, I love it. Jess is after that in the middle of a campaign over there. But it's true. It's like, is that going? Rico plays poker. I love it. What kind of poker do you play, Rico? Do you play Texas Hold'em? What kind of poker are you playing? So anyways, I'd love to hear you guys' opinion on this. Alaska now has only one Dairy Queen throughout the whole place. I believe it. Yeah. Rico plays poker for money. I'm loving that. Yeah. So Rico, my business partner, Maurice, he's a massive poker player too. I don't play much poker. I'm a blackjack guy. I play blackjack. I play craps. I don't mind getting into, I'm not a roulette guy. I'm more of a blackjack craps guy. And I'm a cannabis guy too. Yeah. Listen, I got some footage of what happens at a NASCAR race in a state that legalizes cannabis. Guys, check this out, Jimmy. Check this out. Jimmy, let's put it up there, brother. Check this out. So if you go to a state with legalized cannabis, this is what it's like sitting in the stands. True story. Like, look at the fog. Look at the haze. Oh, yeah. Everybody just blasted there in the stands. True story. That's a committed section. Just look at that. Oh, that's all cannabis pufferoni. There you go. BJ the best, the Nutter Butter. I'm all about blackjack, man. I love blackjack. How we live without blizzards? I know, Jess. But Jess, we've gone from blizzards, what do they call frosties and everything else. Close to Tim Horton says, Adam, it's time to move on. Yes, I heard that Rico 402 is a mean Pinocchio player. Oh, how about, you guys play Crokinole? Remember Crokinole? That old game where you had that little... it's like a little ring you had to kind of toss into the hole or something. I don't know. Holroyd, you are going to get an entire nation, as in Canada, out of sorts with that statement, man. You are going to have the whole country going, what? Hey, Holroyd, we had Robin's Donuts. Remember, Adam? We had Robin's Donuts here in Canada that is now gone. Yeah. No. What? Did you hear the major cannabis store that caught fire? The whole town. Nutter's got the fucking dropping the darts here this morning on the show, man. Just walk. Hey, nation, we got Nutter just walking in, shoulders out, confidence. Like, yeah, I'm here playing some D&D. We're talking cannabis. We're dropping jokes. Yeah. Oh, we got Sullivan here on. Hey, Nutter, I'd like to introduce you to one of our other OGs in the well, Mike Sullivan. Hey, Sully, I'd like to introduce you to Nutter Butter. It's one of our new members in the Mornings in the Lab community. And Nutter, you're also going to have to meet Matt Roof, Kindness Rising. Maddie's here somewhere in the community. He gets up and after every single day here in the community, 7:30 Eastern time, right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. All right, let's keep the show on the road, nation. What else is in the news? Hey, yeah, yesterday I had that piece of news. Yeah. And I found myself giggling about it the entire day. The guy that chopped his nuts off, set him on fire to get his garage on fire. Yeah, what is that? Well, listen, I got another kind of ridiculous situation today where it was, what is this one here? Yeah. Florida man. What's up with these Florida dudes, man? Chokes his ex. He dumps a backpack of his shit and hot sauce all over her for cheating. We're going to get into that. Not yet. We're going to bring in the man of the hour. Yeah. My bald brother from another mother, my coach, my mentor, one of my good buddies I got a lot of love for. His name is John Anderson. Oh, he's looking good in the blue hat today. Hey, brother.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. No Jimmy sleeping at the wheel?
No, dude, we've been learning this week with some of the tools behind the scenes, and all the efforts are on Kiesel's show right now. So we got that big show launching on the Roofing Network today. So everybody's paying attention over there. So Keith and Johnny are getting the second-hand love right now, not the first hand.
On deck, baby.
That's it. Hey, John, I'd like to introduce you to Nutter Butter. Nutter's a brand new member in the community. Nutter joined 15 minutes ago and sticking around having some good fun. So Nutter's down in North Dakota, just down south of me, and he's dropped in here, just dropping conversations left and right, man. So Nutter, I did not know about the arson at the Michigan cannabis store. That's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, and Jess, you are right, man. Florida is absolutely keeping it real. Johnny, I feel great today. Another good sleep. So I did nothing last night. So let's get into my little regimen. Last night, I had a night off. Yeah, let's try that again. I had no night shots. I just went to bed, and then this morning I restarted back onto my 7.5 on my Retta and 10 on my Glow, and I'm back on my 5-2, 5 on 2 off. So on my Tesla and IPA, but I'm back on my regular for Retta and stuff. So yesterday. So I think I'm starting to think that I'm feeling different. Like yesterday afternoon, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, the days that I usually am like, dude, my energy was through the roof yesterday. I had clarity. I had focus. I feel good. Now, granted, again, right, I'm sleeping. I'm getting my good food and I'm eating every 3 hours. But I felt different more yesterday than I have a hard time explaining it. And I'm just
your quality of life it sounds like your quality of life is sharpening up.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, so if we want to put that like under an umbrella statement, I would agree with that. Like I don't like again I'm trying to just have awareness around it all, right? But I don't feel sore. I feel good, and I feel good. I feel good.
Well, you figure the things that we do. Look at all the weird shit people do to have a better day in whatever regard.
Yes.
Energy drink.
Yes.
Cup of coffee. Blah blah blah. If you think about how many things that we will do.
Good morning, Spartacus.
To make ourselves feel better.
Yeah.
When in actuality, all we have to do is take care of ourselves.
Well, it's not lost upon me how ridiculous I might sound, because I'm actually sounding perhaps normal because how not normal so many of us are. Like with the lifestyles and all the pulls, right? So, so you guys got normal sleep? Yeah. So why is that normal? Because it's not normal for all of us.
Well, it's just, think about it. If you work out, if you go to bed on time, take care of yourself, you're an extremist.
Well, it's so fucking bizarre, actually.
Grant, I am an extremist.
Yes.
But the fact that I have a set bedtime is almost fucking harder to believe than fucking training all the time.
Well, I can't. So I know it's there's a lot of humor within that statement, because I'm telling you, man, society is so stacked against us. After 8 o'clock, it's just like, just nothing but bad decisions. So I was in bed last night. Again, good time. Hit my marks, and I'm feeling really good. Hey, Jess, is a question: are the peptide treatments very different for females, Johnny?
It's very specific. So it really has to do with, you could be a male and a female could have two different goals. It's very different.
Yeah. So what your goals are?
Male and a female their goals could be very similar. It could be very similar. It's I guess the generalized questions, don't think male, female, think goals per your human.
Okay. There you go. Hey, Petro, young blood is a little more hyper than usual. Are you referring to the young one? That's me. Yes, the good sleep, man. I'm feeling good in my sleep, my underwear. I'm just feeling good. I'm just feeling overall good. Good morning, Spartacus. Nutter Butter. We stream on YouTube. We stream on X. And we stream on LinkedIn as well. Hey, Nutter, you got to get to sleep, man. Yeah. Oh, Mike is making stuff is back. Yes, he is. I roll up the sidewalk in front of my house around 9. Dude, you're awesome. All right, well, listen, Johnny, I found something for you and Terry to lean into. Jimmy, what about the flight instructor that jumped to his death mid-lesson? Yeah. Leaving the student alone to land the plane solo.
Mid-flight lesson going great. Then the instructor opens the door like, "You got this," and exits the aircraft like a divorced magician. Nothing says final exam like your teacher rage quitting gravity and leaving you alone with buttons, panic, and a rapidly approaching Argentina. The student landed, which means today's conversation is simple. When life yeeps your mentor, can you still fly the damn plane?
Johnny, this happened over Argentina. So
that's the climbing out of one of those little planes is not fucking easy. It's not like going to be climbing out of a car.
So he jumped to his death.
Little fucking door. You know, I mean, getting in the thing is like I was like look like a fucking toddler climbing in there on all fours. You know. So
Mike is making stuff. Says he
didn't accidentally fall out of there.
He says the pinnacle of quote unquote fuck this shit, I'm out. He just opens the door and jumps out of the plane. Johnny, he jumped to his death. It's
how high up were they?
Let me just see here. It doesn't. It doesn't give me the. It does not give me the height. But the guy jumped out and handed the key. Basically, metaphorically handed the keys to the student and said, "You're okay on your own. You know what to do," and jumped out. Like literally, that was it. and then the student landed the plane, of course, because was able to tell the story and talk about what happened. But I guess the guy.
You said the guy.
The guy just jumped out. That was as simple as that. He said, you know what to do, and he jumped out, and then the student landed the plane. And
it sounds like he jumped out on a student that he probably wanted. It's probably something he was planning on doing. He's just trying to find the right student that would land and not hurt himself.
I was just gonna say he was probably planning to find the right one, right? Holbert, it doesn't say why they did it actually. So hopefully he got a refund, says Jess of the Yule. Hey Johnny, before you came in here, I know you have not lived a life going to this restaurant I'm going to mention, but it's one of those restaurants you kind of think that's going to be around forever just because of what it has been and the nostalgia that it kind of has been. But apparently, Johnny, Dairy Queens in Texas and Arizona, like places that have been around for 40, 50, 60 years, closing up. Just maybe it's like lifestyle change, maybe GLPs, and I'm being serious here. Where like you think it's like McDonald's. It's like you're buying a bank. Well, yeah, they're going out of business, brother. I found that surprising.
I think it's probably my guess.
Yeah,
is it's like there's different. I guess you'd say like trends, and like some of these different, these bigger, like McDonald's, they move and stay on the trend. They've got, to keep a company going for 100 years is not easy.
Oh, no,
look at the fucking stock market. Go back 100 years.
Yeah.
You don't see the companies you don't see any of the Magnificent Seven.
Oh, yeah. Where's General Electric, Johnny?
That's what I mean. If you go back and look at the blockbusters from 100 years ago, they just didn't fucking make it.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's got to do with, whoever's running the company. They got to keep really fucking progressive people on the nose of this motherfucker to keep it in front of they got to keep the nose in front of their clients to keep them interested. Yeah. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So Dairy Queen probably just didn't move with the times. Hence the name. That fucking name should have changed a long time ago.
Well, that's interesting, eh? Yeah, when you think about like Dairy Queen, and I know they worked hard on DQ instead of Dairy Queen. That was probably a perfect little pivot, but those should have continued. Yeah, I got to think a number of things, Johnny. Like, I'm serious. GLP-1s, lifestyle changes, right?
Other GLP-1s and you're correct, but that would affect all fast food.
And it is. We know that it is. We're seeing it impacting restaurants. I just find it's one of those places where you just like, is McDonald's next, right? So it's from a business perspective. I agree with your point. If you're not staying modern with it, you still walk into Dairy Queen today, and to everybody's point, it's like you're walking into a place that hasn't changed in 50 years.
Well, so, the last time I was in one of those, it was a long time, but it looked fucking same as when I was a kid.
That's what so there's something nostalgic about that, but it's also maybe this is situation.
If I was running that fucking show, I said, okay, if we're going to stay fucking 50 years behind, let's go another 50 years back.
Yeah, we're calling it PQ, Peptide Queen with John Anderson. You're going to come and get your daily dose.
You know what I mean? You got to find your niche. You can't just be trailing 50 years back like you fucking late to the fucking party.
Now, you'd also agree with me. It's also hard to change a brand like that that's rooted in ice cream, sugar, ice cream, sugar, dairy, like the things where it's no different than like Kentucky Fried Chicken. We know strategically went to KFC because people were like, fuck, fried chicken? Like what was it, like 1870? So they went to KFC, and it took them a long time to get there. But just the idea of Dairy Queen, Johnny, just doesn't really sit well in 2026.
Well, yeah, I mean, and obviously these places are going to be probably pretty geographical.
100%. Yes.
You know, some areas are going to be much more prevalent to be, you know, these things are going to be busy than others, you know.
I'm gonna hazard to guess, and I'm just throwing out, I don't know to be factual, but I'm wondering if these are probably in bigger centers where there's other choices. For example, Johnny, you go to Melfort where Carter's playing hockey, right? It's a town of 6,000 people. There's a fucking Dairy Queen there, of course, right? And it's that place.
When was the last time we saw a new one?
Well,
right?
Think
of it from the perspective of if let's just say the last time one was built was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
30 years ago, that was probably a prime location.
Yeah, great question.
More
100%. Good morning, everybody. Hang out with Keith and John on Mornings Alive with Keith, John, and friends. We are getting up and getting after with you guys every single day. Hey, Nutter Butter Peptides, stick around. You'll learn a lot about peptides over here on this show. Going back to the comments here, Petro says, yeah, must have been a horrible fart from the student. The guy's like, I got to get the hell out of here. Bails out of the plane. Nutter Butter says, Rosario said he opened the cabin door, described as extremely difficult in flight due to air pressure, of course, and jumped from an altitude of about almost 1,000 feet, 820 feet. So there you go, Johnny. According to Nutter, it was about 1,000, just under 1,000 feet. And then
I don't think that there would have been altitude pressure at that point. I think it would have just been the wind.
Wind, yeah.
Closed.
Yeah, that's it. And then imagine the mental framing of the student after. I took a class and my instructor decided it was a better idea to jump the fuck out. Well, yeah, we got to get that student on our show, Mike, so we could talk to the student about what that was all about. Yeah, I say Warren Buffett makes it make a lot of sense. Quiet, no bullshit, etc., etc. All right, so I want to get to Johnny and talk about the Connor fight coming up. Before we do that, I got to have some fun with this one. Yesterday I told you about the dude that chopped his nuts off and set them on fire to set his garage on fire. Why? Now I got another dude, Johnny. This is some of the mornings I read the news over coffee and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait just to hang out and talk some fun shit because this is so dumb. Florida man, he chokes his ex and then he dumps a backpack of shit all over her and hot sauce on her for cheating. Jimmy.
Browser County romance update. Man gets cheated on, skips therapy, and allegedly packs a backpack like Satan's septic tank.
That's not revenge, Preston. That's a biohazard felony with emotional damage and a hot sauce garnish.
So today's question, when heartbreak hits, why do some men cry and others weaponize a Janspach?
Like, I'm going to break up with you. Not only am I going to break up with you, I'm going to take a shit. I'm going to fill it up in a bag of backpack. I'm going to dump a bunch of hot sauce on it, and then I'm going to throw it on you. Look at this one.
Looking at the guy, he looked like he was doing everything he could not to fucking hit her. So if that's the alternative, go for it, babe.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what.
You know what I mean? Why? You know, it's like if you're trying to do something and not fucking hit a woman, which you never should.
No.
I mean, there's a pretty long list of weird shit you could do that'll keep you out of trouble. This being one of them.
Revenge is a fantasy many men indulge, I think, with. But man, this guy just thinking. Okay, I'm gonna shit in a bag, put some hot. Like the one thing to shit in the bag, Johnny, but then to put the hot sauce on it. He's like, what did she not like hot sauce? So he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna put hot sauce on it because I know she hates hot sauce. Hey, Tom Bombardi, is your bun always gaped and ready for some eggplants? What? Welcome to the show, Tom. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about there.
Thank fucking God.
Yeah.
If you did, that was gonna be a problem.
Oh my God.
That whole concept of revenge, dude.
Yeah.
When you take your time and energy to put revenge on somebody, you're just basically telling them they did exactly what they wanted to do to you.
Exactly correct. Yep. Hey, Holroyd says a lot of other places started to offer healthier options. I don't think Dairy Queen did. No, Adam, they didn't. You know what they did? They offered like the one like sorbet or sugar-free thing in the freezer, but everything else is all the bad stuff. Johnny, revenge, I've got to be honest, as a man, as a human, I've never really understood revenge because of what you've just said. Because when I'm trying to get revenge on you, I'm essentially finishing your job. You think about that, right? Because you've done something to me like, okay, I got to get revenge on him. Well, by me going through that, I've essentially capitulated to your whims. I'm like, okay, I've let Jon win just by me. Like, I don't understand it. Like all that energy going towards something that doesn't move anything forward. Okay, I got revenge. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's I mean, it's like, it's like harboring a fucking grudge, right? It's like
yes,
drinking fucking rat poison, thinking that the other person's gonna get sick.
Yeah.
You're rotting yourself, thinking that you're doing some sort of they're fucking happy. Jesus Christ, think about that. You know what I mean? You're fucking out of the picture,
Yeah. Well, so I'm even finding that maybe with some folks that are curious about the peptide journey, I'm learning you get the haters, eh? You get the haters because it's the non-understand. It's like the AI thing. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because you don't want to take the time to fucking learn about it, or you don't want to take the time to go and research. You don't want to take time to, and I know you quickly learn to back them out, but it's the same kind of thing is what it is. Hey, Nutter, this is an X-rated show on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. Here's something, Johnny. You know this one, but I want to put this because I want to keep talking about this one. Weight loss drugs deliver the body, but they don't find the happiness. And let's talk about that. Jimmy, let's run the clip.
Sterling, GLP-1s help guys lose 40 pounds and still hate their marriage. Turns out Ozemita doesn't inject emotional maturity.
Exactly. Your waist shrinks, but your unresolved bullshit stays supersized, sitting in the passenger seat asking where therapy is.
So if the body changed and the misery stayed, gentlemen, what the hell were you actually trying to lose?
Johnny, comment on this. We know this to be true. People lose weight, but they're like, I'm not happy anymore. Yeah, because you haven't changed your fucking habits.
Let's see if you learn anything. What's the difference between losing weight and losing fat?
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't want to lose weight. I have no desire to lose weight. I want to lose fat so I can change my body composition. So and that to me, I'm actually glad we're talking about this, because to me that means being very intentional with my habits. And I think that's the problem with this. Is that okay? I just pin myself. I think I'm a great candidate at this, because you've been doing this for your whole life. I'm new to this. If you have bad habits, but you just pin yourself and lose a bunch of weight, you're not going to be happy, because you haven't really changed anything. You just, okay, I just pinned myself, lost weight. This idea of creating good habits for yourself to make yourself feel good. That's how you feel good, by creating habits that make you feel good. Right. So if you're just going to pin yourself and lose weight and then go off it and just go back, putting weight again, you haven't learned anything at all. So that's my POV on it, Johnny.
Well, it comes down to, can you be happy in your daily rhythm without
a peptide, or just generally you're thinking?
Without. Period. If you can find happiness in your daily rhythm.
Oh, fuck yeah. I sat in my sunroom yesterday at 8 o'clock before I went to bed. I just sat there. I actually just fucking sat there. I puffed on some cannabis, but I just sat there. Like, that was it. Just sat there. Just looked around. I was like watching the fucking squirrels in my backyard run around. That was what I did before I went to bed. That's how I was unwinding. That's how I unwound before bed last night. True story.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's the whole thing of like I say, God knows I have no interest in doing this, but if I was wrongfully accused and had to do 10 years, and
yes,
I would understand that daily rhythm.
Yes.
And I would find all different lots of little checkpoints to find joy. And
yes.
I would find joy in whatever limitations were put on me.
Yeah.
If you do that, now you kind of change the platform, or change the rules of happiness.
100%. Yeah. Jess says, question is, are they actually taking care of themselves or just losing weight? Well, I think, Jess, it's a little bit of both. So here's my opinion on that, Jess. I think we think we're taking care of ourselves because I think we see progress. And then because of that, we think there's
we're missing the whole thing. You can fucking
bingo.
You can lose weight even if you're, let's just say that you're taking care of yourself. Yes, that's what this whole thing was, losing weight, not being happy. Well, those people aren't going to be happy with whatever body they have.
Exactly correct.
I mean, we're looking at two different fucking
Wouldn't have been the wrong headline. I'm with you. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like if you integrate, I mean, keep in mind the word happiness was part of that.
Yes. Well,
if they were not happy with their results, that's different. We're talking about happiness.
Well, here's
the fucking statement.
And here's the rhetorical question that one has.
I've been, there's so many times in my journey, I've been in like fucking world elite shape.
Yes.
I've completely lost track of my happiness.
Dude, I woke up one day
with, to do with how I look.
Brother, I'll go the other side of it. I woke up one day and I looked at my bank account and there's a bunch of fucking zeros there. More zeros than I could ever even fucking imagine. Ask me how happy I was for some days, Anderson. I wasn't, because I couldn't figure it out. So it's the same thing. If losing the weight didn't fix it, what were you really trying to lose? And I think that's the person. That's why when I came to you and said I want to start the journey, what's your goals? Here's my goals, right? And I would even argue maybe Johnny, when we sit down with somebody who's kind of going to step into the world of peptides or GLPs, maybe the first question is why? Are you happy? No, I want to be happy. Hold on a second here. Let's have a deeper conversation about why you're making the choice, because it's not just about pinning yourself to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Like and I think that's maybe like a deeper conversation.
And I like with you, that makes sense. You can't have that conversation with people that don't understand that conversation.
No, that's 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Mike says, John has shown a great example that healthy and unhealthy isn't a cut and dry thing. He's obviously in shape and puffing his cigar because it makes him happy. Mike, you're bang on. You're absolutely correct. And if you've been,
I've got about a 30 milligram a day nicotine requirement as well.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say too, Mike. That's one thing here you'll learn on our show here too, is that we talk nicotine and we talk the values, the benefits, all the variables around it, and that's one of the ways that Johnny takes care of himself with getting that nicotine in. And then Jess says, so it's physical care, but what about mental care? And that's what I mean, Jess. You have to work on both, because one does not beget the other. Absolutely not. Does not beget the other. So, all right, let me just see where I'm at here. Hey, Jimmy, let's get some epic spot. Check this out, man. You talk about committed or epic. How often do you ever get on a bike? When's the last time you got on a bicycle? And I'm serious. When's the last time you got on a bicycle?
God damn, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while, I see a bike and climb on there. It looks just like, that was like my bike when I was a kid. But
yeah,
outside of that, I mean, fuck, I honestly can't think back to the last time. So it's been a stretch.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You never fucking forget.
No.
I spent so much time on my bike. It's like, when I was competing in strength, it's like, it was so important not to be banged up even a little bit outside your training. So I never got on. It was a huge period of time where I didn't ride a motorcycle on purpose.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Because I mean, one fucking crash and even if it's not a bad crash, you're not going to perform at the highest level, period. End of story. And when you're competing all the time, you don't have the excess time to heal from a fucking motorcycle crash.
Yeah.
Dirt bike, of course, I'm speaking.
Yes. Yeah.
It had been fuck. I'm trying to think of. It was when Tara and I had just met, and I took her up to a piece of property we have up in Hope Valley, which is one ridge away from Napa Valley, just to kind of help understand where it was in California. And my brother-in-law was up there, and he had this motorcycle, and I was like, I don't know what the itch was. Probably just trying to show off for Terry, right?
Yeah.
And got on that thing and just fucking took off and just crushing it, And she was like, God, you're a great rider. How was the last time you rode? I was probably 12 years ago. She's like, what? It's like, you never forget,
Well, no, you don't. You do. Jess says, last time I rode on my bike, my knee reminded me why I don't. Yeah. That's absolutely the case as well.
Push on the pedal with your heel, not your toe.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, 100%. I have a Peloton. I get on my stationary bike and I enjoy. I enjoy the bike from an endurance perspective. For actually purely mental. That's it. When I get into a situation, time under tension for a long period of time, it's like when I'll do a squat hold. Like I like doing squat holds in the rack there just for a mental purpose type thing. But I thoroughly enjoy that. So hey, coming up this weekend, Johnny, guess what? This is happening.
5 years gone, one lawsuit later, and Gregor's back like the gym memberships you forgot to cancel, but still fear emotionally.
Holloway's not a tune-up, Preston. He's a human wood chipper with cardio. This isn't a comeback. It's a stress test with tattoos.
So the question is McGregor chasing greatness again, or just trying to punch Father Time before the bill comes due?
So admittedly, I'm curious. I'm going to watch it. I'm curious. I'm curious to see if this guy's still hungry. And I'm serious, whether he's hungry or whether it's a payday or whether like it's, and I think we'll be able to see if he's hungry. What's your POV on this, Johnny? 5 years away, multi-gazillion dollars in the bank account, a lot of maybe some personal challenges along the way, legitimate fighter he's fighting. So it's kind of interesting to see what's going to happen, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could argue that.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Yes.
For sure. Because hungry, you can almost say hungry is a term that you have before you get to that upper level of, the upper level, right? And then once you get there, the hunger changes. It's not so much hungry. The hungries will get you. Then there's a different phase that hits you when you're trying to stay in that elite level.
Yes.
Then once you leave and come back, now there's all sorts of shit, doesn't need to do anything. Body's 5 years older. It's just, there's so many different elements that could enter this equation. Impossible to say what's going to happen till we see him actually out there.
Well, and brother, and I'll play the other card to you, because Holloway has already been kind of teasing this. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to beat you because we're going to do a trilogy later on this summer at Allegiant Stadium, right? So like setting up the next payday. It's almost like setting up you and I as a fan as the expectations that, okay, we don't know how this is going to go, but don't worry about this one because we're really going to do a third fight coming up later on this year, right? And that's where I get skeptical about the bank, right? Because it's like, okay, we're going to do this one, but there's a bigger one coming along the road here. So I don't know. It's fascinating.
What creates skepticism with that idea?
The business skepticism, because I believe there will be a third one coming, like a trilogy, because we know trilogy fights are huge and there's a lot of money around that. So it's almost like it doesn't matter what happens this weekend. What we're really being prepared for, perhaps, is maybe the third one coming up later this year.
Well, if he wins, I don't think the pull for a best 2 out of 3 will be there. Like if he loses,
so that I agree with you on. Yes, that I absolutely agree with you on.
Yeah, but you figure, I don't think my gut would tell me that, it's McGregor doesn't give a shit about the second and third one from the standpoint of money. The other guy does.
Okay, that's fair. Yes, 100%. Yes. Yeah. But
McGregor's like, I assume just fucking end you and bring the next one in.
Yeah. Mike says, I always thought that under it all, being big into combat sport is usually about validating something to yourself, not to get on the couch. He still has to question himself. He has to answer. Yeah, well, there's certainly something to be said about, it's funny because Anderson said something about Conor earlier this week. And you go through sports and there's like these humans that just are different than others. There's something just different about this guy. Just something just different about him. I don't know. It's hard. I'm having a hard time putting my pin on it, but there's just something different about that fellow altogether.
Talking about McGregor?
Yeah. There's just something kind of, and I'm not saying
it's one fucking simple thing. He's not afraid.
I think it's what it is, Anderson. You're right,
dude. When you eliminate fear, from your decision making process, nobody has a fucking clue how different your path becomes.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Who speaks a lot about that is Dan Pena.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. Yeah.
When you're not afraid, you make a very different set of decisions than when you're afraid.
Yes.
Decisions mold your life.
Yeah. It's decisions do mold your life. And
he's come on the stage late, grabbed the mic, says, I don't give a fuck.
Because he doesn't. He just says what he wants.
Well, because at that point, when he was at the timeline I'm speaking of,
yes.
I mean, he was trying to negotiate with the UFC to be a fucking partner. He was that big. He's like, I bring in more than almost the rest of your fucking roster. I want a piece of the action. Yeah.
Listen, man, that's balls. And I got no problem with somebody taking the accountability to say that. Hey, so we've talked about this one before, and I know this one kind of hit. This one hits a soft spot for many. As we keep learning about brain injuries, NFL players, Johnny, nearly 4 times more likely to die from ALS or Parkinson's or dementia. And they're talking about guys that have played 5+ seasons, face double the neurodegenerative death of risk of players with shorter careers. They analyzed health data, almost 20,000 former NFL players, and dementia rates almost 4 times higher, and Parkinson's almost 4 times higher. And again, we know this, we hear about it, and the knowledge and the education continues to come to the desk. Football is a dangerous sport, and it's this stuff just continues to be presented to us, and I have no judgment on it, just information that you got to take it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think the idea behind you choosing to do something with all this risk, I think there's a level of accountability for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I knew NFL player. He was when they're done, they really don't know what to do.
I know. Yes.
And this cat was like extremely fucking fast. He was, I think he still has one of the top 10 40s at the combine. Anyway, so he actually came and worked with my athletes when I owned my gym for speed work.
Yes. Right? Okay.
40 times. And long and short of it, he did a lot of fucked up shit, right? Not so much to me or my group, but just in his life, right? And it was all basically trying to, regain he was kind of a crook, to be honest.
Yeah.
And he just fucking flat out, said, well, I did this because of my CTE. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you listen, you fucking went into this knowing what you're doing. Don't sit here and fucking cry a river and blame everybody else for your fucked up decisions. It's not like somebody fucking duped you into fucking playing football.
So thank you for saying that, because I feel the same way, and it's like an easy way to dismiss accountability, isn't it? It's like saying, "Oh, it wasn't my fault." So it was, but that's a delicate conversation. That really is. You got to,
Well, and you don't see
what's up, Spartacus.
From my knowledge,
yeah,
you don't see the guy with great fucking careers, right? That have had some sort of brain issue. They're not fucking suing NFL.
No,
because they're not fucking bankrupt trying to look for anybody they can squeeze.
Yeah, well, yeah, when you put it that way, yes.
It's the guys that fuck up in their personal lives. That's what this guy did,
and then go looking for somewhere to blame it,
or somebody to sue, or somebody to fuck. It's not at that point. It's never their fault.
That's a career. Holroyd says, I think McGregor just needs to stay relevant. It's been a while since he has been in the news, and something to be said for that. Got to keep his name up to keep the cash flowing. Well, no question, Holroyd, because he's been in the news all week. He's been trying to drop headlines everywhere. And Mike, you're right, man. It's the devil made me do it kind of shit. Well, in the NFL, man, like what's the roster? 40, 50 players, right? And you think about it, there's maybe a handful that are the ones, the big names, big stars that don't have to work after the game is over. So many of them they've
actually just recently, I don't know how many years ago.
Yeah.
But so I actually worked with a kid, back when I had my gym. He got a D1, helped him get a D1 scholarship, and played a great career at Cal.
Yeah.
He's bopped around the NFL, but he's been on a roster now. I think last year or this coming year is his 10th year on roster. So now, check this out. If you play 10 years, you're on a roster 10 years.
The pension?
I think it's a lifetime fucking pension of $750 a year.
No shit.
Yeah. So they've changed a lot. That they're
yes.
The older guys didn't get any of that.
Yeah, well, I know in hockey too.
I'm sure the NFL's going, if we just keep these guys this is almost hush money.
Yes.
If you have enough money to live, you'll stop fucking suing us.
Well, and I'm thinking out loud here because and Petro says, the victimhood mentality often serves as the excuse. We hear it time and time again. He's bang on with that one. I'm suspecting, Anderson, that when you hear the NFL, the NHL, nobody wants to acknowledge any kind of responsibility or culpability because of all the legal liabilities with that. So you're right. It's like saying, hey, here's some cash. We don't have the answer, but here's cash.
Well, let's look at the guys that are suing.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
Yes.
Literally
hungry. Yes.
Yeah. If they somehow had some sort of a stipend, do you think they'd be fucking suing the NFL?
No. That's a tough sport, man. NFL's because it's a Sunday thing. The whole world, America jumps on the bandwagon for Sunday, and there's guys in that team that nobody knows about. They get up, they get after, they grind it, and then one day they don't got a job in the NFL. And you're right. They're like, okay, so now what do I do? I'm a big man. I thought that was my career, and that's tough. And I would even argue that might be tougher than some of the other sports out there. Like really, because you're a 300, 400-pound lineman making a few $100,000 or a couple $1,000,000 a year, and you're done. And then what? I don't know.
Well, that's part of the fucking Jesus Christ. If you're dumb enough to think that career is going to last you 40 years, dude, you deserve everything that fucking comes to you.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Keith and John with you guys this morning. Getting up and after it every single Monday through Friday live, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Hanging out with all of you guys. Roofie gets us started at 7:30 Eastern time. Hey, Jimmy, I think I'm about ready to some curiosity cash here in a second there, Jim. We're going to get to some ways to destroy your life. John, do you have this is kind of fun actually, because 31 mistakes that people sadly make to ruin their lives. And I would say, so what do you think the number one is? And I'm serious, like just anecdotally or just out of your point of view. Is it actually an addiction, or is it picking the
average man?
Picking the wrong partner?
Are we talking the average man?
Yeah, or the average human, brother or sister. Yeah, average man, sure. Good morning, Roofie.
If I had to, granted, this is my perspective.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I would say that it's probably not the one, because this thing's probably talking about fucking up someone's life different than I talk about fucking up. When someone fucks up their life, they just don't reach their potential. Well, that's my definition.
Yeah,
this thing has probably fucked up their life, meaning they're fucking poor and hungry. Who fucking knows? But I think I would put number one at the top is procrastination. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later.
Oh yeah, well yeah. There's something to be said for that. I will say to you that
from my perspective, no offense to anybody, if you're that person that got this fucking job, I was just talking to a guy recently. I'm not saying any names.
Yeah.
Just trying to get to know him.
Yes.
And he's explaining, usually it's like kind of, if you ask someone, so, okay, so you graduate high school, give me the timeline. What did you do? Bring me to speed.
Yes.
And long and short of it, he was like bouncing around trying to find a fucking job with benefits.
You know what? I've known you long enough that as you were building up to this, that it was going to end with something like that.
And I was like, fuck me, man. This is one of those times when
Click.
I still don't want to bite my tongue, but he's so proud of himself. I need to somehow pat him on the back.
Nation, this is the time John jumps out of the airplane and he says, you're on your own.
But see, to me, that's fucking up your life.
100%.
But not to everybody else. So it's a very subjective question.
Yeah. So here, we're going to have some fun with this one.
There are two ways men ruin their lives: fast and slow.
Fast is the headline.
Fast is the DUI, the affair on a Coldplay Jumbtron.
Every guy thinks his life is going to get ruined by.
Every guy thinks his life is something dramatic. It almost never is.
It is the third drink every night for 10 years.
It is. The fast ruin is rare. Most of you are not going to get the fast ruin. Most of you are getting the slow one. And the slow one feels like a normal Tuesday until one day it does not.
There's old Keith and John sitting in the diner. They're having a couple old ones there. John, maybe the biggest mistake is marrying the wrong partner. Like you and I talk about it often, right? We're not taught how to find person. You end up with the wrong human.
But that's I agree with, but that would be at the end of a series of bad fucking other mistakes.
Oh, okay. Go there with me. Talk to me. Why do you say that?
We don't just fucking wake up and marry somebody. You procrastinate, you make a bunch of fucked up decisions that attracts the wrong person, and then you marry that person. What about all the shit you did to attract that fucking person you shouldn't have married?
Okay. So you're saying before that person's even met, so you're saying before you met Terry or before I met Lauren kind of thing, all the stupid things we've made before we even got there. So we wouldn't have deserved to find a good person, you're thinking.
Well, marrying the wrong person could be right at the top of the list, but it's surely not the first fucking mistake you made. It's probably it's down the line. You made a whole bunch of other ones to get to that point to make another fucked up choice.
We're talking how to ruin your entire life, 31 mistakes that people sadly make. So I pulled this out of some literature that one of them is obviously gambling. One of them is drinking, like addictive behaviors. And so the funny is, the top three was gambling, addictive, and picking the wrong partner. Gambling, drinking, and picking the wrong partner. Like those three things that, if you get into one of those three, man, you might have a hard time getting out of that.
Well, I mean, you'd figure that the gambling and the drinking is going to basically end you up with that person that you made the choice with.
Well, especially if you met the person sitting at the bar.
Yeah. And it really I think it would come down. See, granted, the gambling and drinking, and I have both of those fucking problems.
Yes.
But I mean, it's, what are you executing?
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. What else have we got here? Gambling, marrying wrong person, co-signing a loan for somebody is another one on the table here. So, you trust this buddy. I'll take care of you. And then you're like, so you're an idiot if you're co-signing a loan for a buddy because he's convinced you to co-sign a loan. If you're right, if you wrecked your life because you co-signed a loan for somebody, I'm sorry, man, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the person.
100%. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We got Mike is making stuff as a gambling, alcoholic, divorcee. That Mike, the trifecta will do it. Yes, Mike. Mike, you're day 2 in the lab here, and you are already a very, very thorough, fully integrated member because you belong here. Yes, you're speaking Keith and Johnny in our nation's language here. Good morning, baby. I see you there in the comments. Do we still have a bit of snow here? Abel Della says, no, I don't think we have any snow here at all. We're talking 31 mistakes. We're going to reset here in a couple of minutes, and we're going to bring in Dr. Jon Petrocelli on a Friday. We're going to have some conversations about prayer and manifestation and gratitude and so forth. And hey, Johnny, so one of the things that happens often, and especially in North America, especially with my friends in the United States, is we go through a mass gun shooting somewhere, and then everybody just decides to pray like it's going to fix it. And it's like that's like the ultimate bullshit. Oh yeah, we're just going to fix it by praying. And I'm not here to knock faith. That's not what I'm trying to say. But why do humans sometimes? I'm curious for John. Like, why? I
think you got to go a layer deeper.
Yeah, I want to hear why you think that. Like, what is it? What is it? Because we want to find a reason.
Well, because I compare praying or religion to belief.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with you. Me too.
So when something really fucked up happens in front of you,
yes,
right? It's like in many cases, whether it's praying or it's thinking, whatever you want to call it, practicing. You have to kind of practice belief in something a little bit fucking better than you just got all fucked up by, because that's the nature of it, so people are trying to, I mean, everybody gets affected by shit differently.
Yes.
God, where were we? I'm trying to think. We were someplace in goddamn. Oh, it was in Mount Fuji, I think, is where it was. Okay. Fucking people hang themselves there all the time.
What?
Yeah, there's a forest there. I can't remember the name of it, where people will go out there to hang themselves.
Almost like the San Francisco Bridge, where you go there to jump off the bridge. It's like a place to go and kill yourself. It's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, but a lot more common.
Really? Jesus,
yeah, like you might walk in there and find a couple people hanging for.
I think I've heard this for some reason, like a hanging forest. I think I've heard.
Yeah, I don't remember what they call it.
Yeah,
but some people are really fucking affected by that.
Well, no shit.
They see that.
Yeah,
and so at that point, they're fucking. From what I understand, I'm not one of those people. All of a sudden, they start questioning everything. Like, what is this for? What am I here for? What is my life? What is this? What is that? Well, you ever start fucking practicing some fucking belief that makes you want to fucking live.
Yes.
So So it just switch pray for believe.
So I agree with you. Let's continue the chat with Petro, because here's the thing where I struggle with, though, Johnny, is that belief without action is what? It's fucking useless. It's like saying, "Oh, I believe I'm gonna be fit and do good, and I'm gonna have a healthy, long life, but by not doing nothing, I'm gonna pray to be healthy." You still gotta fucking do something, and that's where I guess.
But so switch around my my morning. You know, like when I'm sitting in having my morning meditation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's no action involved. It's me setting my mind.
Fair, but you're setting your mind to take the next step, which is action. And I guess where I get frustrated too often is it's
not
like,
really though. This is not a game plan meditation.
No, but it's your mind moving you through action, like intentionally throughout the day, throughout the things you're going to do, like that, like those moments.
I'm referencing a spot where all I'm doing,
yes,
is resetting my mind.
And I understand that. I do, and I understand that.
By resetting my mind, all I'm doing is making sure that my thoughts are going the right direction. That's it. In that, I'm basically believing. I'm putting it's a gratitude belief. Put it like that.
This is perfect, because this is where I want to get into. Because
my only goal is to prompt my brain to have the thoughts that will give me the chemistry that I want for the day. That's it. There's no game plan, no action. That would be something different. But this is just me practicing the type of belief that I want to carry through the day.
I want to continue that. I want you to drop a lifestyle tip about belief. We'll come back with Petro, you, me. We're going to keep this chat going. Prayer, manifestation, gratitude. You know, so I agree with all of it, but I also
don't want to discount your action thing. That's 100%. But
yes,
but we're talking about, you know, like we're talking about the shooting and people praying.
Yes.
Right. It's like they're trying to get their beliefs or their brain to go back into the right spot versus God knows next thing you know, they're thinking, well, fuck, maybe I need to kill myself too.
This is going to be a great conversation coming up with myself, Petrocelli, and Anderson, live on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Jimmy, let's do lifestyle tip reset hour 2 and come back with Petro. Let's get after it, Jim.
Let's run with a little belief on the lifestyle tip. Because here's the thing. You can believe or you can have limited beliefs. Most of us have limited beliefs because we were taught this. You know, when, how many times have you heard someone's parents just say, "Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that. That's going to be really, really tough. Do this over here." They don't believe they can do it. So why would they believe you can do it? Limited belief. Limiting beliefs will hold you back like a motherfucker. The joke that I make about myself, I was just dumb enough to believe. And when I believed, I fucking put in the work. When I put in the work, I achieved. If I didn't believe, I wouldn't have been able to put in the work. So here's the question you got to ask yourself. We all have limiting beliefs, myself included, and I work every day at trying to identify them and push them to the side. So the question is this: are you aware of your limited belief system? And if you are, good for you. Are you doing anything about it? If you're not, start asking yourself some questions. Where are your limiting beliefs holding you back from the life you want to live? Rock and roll.
Breaking news. A severe storm is making its way through the city. Let's go to the live feed.
The third quarter projections appear solid. We must maintain this momentum. Sector 4 is taking on water. Membrane is breached.
Deploy the defender. We don't just build roofs, we hold the line. We protect your business.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to hour 2 of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. That was my Conor McGregor walk. We were talking Conor this morning. He's back in the ring on Saturday. Check it out, the big fight. Conor Holloway coming up. We got hour 2. Prayer, manifesting, gratitude. Is it all bullshit? Guys, is prayer bullshit? Is gratitude bullshit? Is just like, oh, I'm going to manifest it all. Is it bullshit or is it real? Well, we're coming up. We're having that conversation with the bullshit expert himself, Dr. Jon Petrocelli, myself, and John Anderson. Oh, hey guys, Tarkin has big breasts. Yeah, my last trick, he farted while I was blowing him. Really interesting. Hey, Tarkin, welcome to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab. Hour 2. Hey, Jimmy, it goes right now.
Men don't always call it ritual, but we pray, we manifest, and we write gratitude lists when life starts pushing back.
And the question isn't whether those things feel meaningful. The question is whether they actually change anything after the feeling passes.
Prayer can ground a man. It can also become a waiting room where responsibility gets delayed.
Manifestation can focus attention. It turns into bullshit when the vision board gets more effort than the work.
Gratitude can train perspective, but forced gratitude can also teach a man to tolerate what he should finally confront.
So we're putting all three on the table. Prayer, manifestation, gratitude. Useful tool, harmless comfort, or straight BS.
My brother, Petro. What do you got in your hand? Oh, what is that?
Oh, hey, what's up? Hey guys, I'm repainting my Dungeons and Dragons miniature.
That's awesome. That is fucking awesome. You know, that's pretty cool. Another butter shows up in the lab this morning, drops a Dungeons and Dragons thing. They were all just getting off about this really cool. Actually, you're the Galactic Garden guy and Dungeons and Dragons. That's like early days, like VR AR stuff, eh? Like those characters and worlds, and that was fun shit, brother.
Yeah, it was about the nerdiest thing that you could
totally.
Do.
Yeah. Why do I feel like you, me, and Roofy and Nutter, we all would have been hanging out with, and then probably like looking across the room and giving grief to our big muscle butter, John Anderson. Back in the old days, he would have been eating food and bread and shit, and you and I were all playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's how I'm thinking how it goes. And then we all would have been like, oh, we want to be strong like that guy at some point because he's getting all the good chicks. Because that's where I was like, that guy's getting all the good chicks. I'm not.
Yeah, not when you're sitting around playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Hey, Petro, before we get
the reason that you fuckers are by yourselves is because you're playing Dungeons and Dragons to begin with.
You know, Petro, he could not wait to get, he could hear us. I knew he could not wait to get back.
I honestly remember, now that we're not dual stream, I don't keep my earphones in. I just heard it when I was coming back. I heard Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, he's down there fucking making R2D2 sounds. I surely am not down there with him.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Hey, Petra, before we get into prayer, manifestation, and gratitude, quick one for you. What do you think is the one decision that could wreck somebody's life? Marrying the wrong person, gambling? Like, what do you think it is, Petra? Is there one thing that jumps out at you just kind of going through life? Is there what's the one thing?
I think it would be the wrong decisions too early in life.
Oh,
and I like that, bro. That's kind of what I was saying. Those early decisions, what leads to the making the bad choice with the wife. But keep in mind, what is it that creates those bad decisions? I keep going back to procrastination.
Yeah, I guess I would think though, sort of teenage. I'm thinking like teenage years, 16 and 17. So many kids they think they want to be an adult. They want to start.
Yes. Think of you procrastinate a study for the fucking test, so you fucking cheat, you get caught. Then it's just think about all of the trouble that procrastinating can lead someone to, and just about everybody procrastinates in some way, shape, or form. That procrastination rarely leads to a good choice. So let's go. Is there a behavior pattern that goes deeper?
Oh, yeah.
Because we're talking about. I went right to behavior patterns in this whole thing. The study went right to the actual choices, but it's the behavior patterns that create the choices.
Well, yeah, in that procrastination, if you end up finding some behaviors that you really enjoy, like you really enjoy sitting on the couch, eating Fritos and watching cartoons, and you really lean into that, then you have some habits sort of building up, on that procrastination. But,
well, everybody sits down on the couch at some point with a bag of some sort of fucking chips. But they have at some point, they're like, okay, I've had enough. I need to get up now.
But
that moment when they don't do it, that's the marker.
That's fascinating, though. Think about this, right? Because if your kid sees you procrastinate once, they see it once. Your kid maybe sees you procrastinate a couple times, 3-5 times, and then those little subconscious procrastinations, Petro, become a habit that the kid watches. I'm wondering, because you're our social scientist here, Petro, you're both your professor. Like, I'm wondering if those subtle nuances, to John's point, wreck that kid's life because what they're unconsciously observing. Oh, dad just always procrastinates. Mom just always procrastinates. And next thing you know, that kid's whole life, to John's point, has been just fucking procrastinating.
Well, let's go further back. So the kid could be young enough where he doesn't even have the awareness to see what you're describing, which
That's
you're
what I mean. Yes. Yeah.
He's allowed to do the shit that he shouldn't be doing, which then at that point is like, okay, only 5 more minutes, honey, or whatever the fucking, it starts fucking, the kids aren't even aware yet. They're allowed to fall into this fucking behavior pattern of procrastination.
Petro.
Yeah. I think it gets even more complicated though. And I've witnessed this with some unnamed individuals. But it is, you can develop the belief that I work very well under pressure. I can procrastinate up till, 2 minutes before the task, is due. And a lot of times people find that they can actually complete the tasks, but they start to believe that their performance is better under pressure.
Oh,
well, no, brother, I love this. I love this. I'm one of those people. Right? But I don't create the pressure through procrastinating. I create the pressure through making fucking choices that put me in a position where the pressure is. So I seek that pressure, not through procrastination. So I think again, which way are you going to turn at that behavior pattern?
Yeah, it's a complicated twist, but I think the earlier it starts, the worse it can become, because then if you're making sort of decisions that impact your life, some people they want to get married at 18, or they want to they want to start partying hard at 18 or even younger. The rest of the story.
Yes. Yeah. So let's pivot. Let's pivot away from wrong decisions to what we started the kickoff of the conversation, Petro, which is Keith and John got into this idea of prayer, manifestation, gratitude, and it's and I took it to the extreme. We hear of a mass incident, maybe it's a mass shooting or something, and then all of a sudden everybody prays because it's like we magically think it's going to get better. But like I was kind of challenging Anderson a little bit, which is, but with prayer without action, gratitude without action, or manifestation without action is just empty. It's hollow. Petro.
I think, but the whole action thing, I think, is just connected to, like planning without action, forecasting without action, practicing belief or praying. Does this really have a connection to taking an action, or does it have a connection to getting centered?
But then it's useless, Petro. Petro, you're on the stage here.
Yeah,
so it's like saying my mental work is useless.
Yeah, it depends. I say this kind of question depends critically on how you define something like prayer.
Here we go. That's exactly what I'm saying.
And it depends critically also on the criterion that you're using to find change, to see a difference. So, Keith, I think what you're talking about is actually a form of intercessory prayer.
Okay.
So it's praying for people maybe even people that you don't know, or praying about, a particular event you really have no control over, no physical control over. That's a pretty strong operational definition for prayer, relative to what you might think of as a relatively weak or soft definition of prayer, which would actually encompass like all of the things that you might think about when you think about manifestation and gratitude. Sometimes prayer involves a lot of expressions of gratitude, or listing things that meditation, all of these things. If that's your form of prayer, you can actually pick up a lot of the potential benefits of gratitude and some of manifestation too. But if you say like, okay, we're going to take a big group of people who happen to be amputees, and we're going to randomly split them into two conditions, and we're going to have 1,000 people pray for these amputees, and then we're going to have another 1,000 people make sure to do anything but not pray for these other amputees, right? And then see if there's any difference after some period of time. That would be a strong, very hard definition and test of intercessory prayer. And when you look at the literature, these tests have actually been done, and there's absolutely no valid, conclusive evidence at all.
No, it's just it's a making you feel good thing. I prayed.
Yeah, and actually, a couple of the studies have produced statistically significant differences, but they went in the unintended direction. It was the group that was not prayed for, and of course, not using amputees, but maybe people that are struggling with an illness, something. But something is so obvious and easy to diagnose with amputees. There is no evidence whatsoever that intercessory prayer has an effect on something.
Here's an interesting thought, Keith. So, because you're connecting, prayer or belief to an action.
I am, yes, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. So mine is more to make sure I don't take some actions.
Oh, the opposite. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is it really action? No, it's like, again, I think from what I'm describing, you got to get a layer deeper. It's not about a physical thing. It's about a mental position. It's about getting my stream of thoughts going the right direction. Mm-hmm. If I don't do that, my stream of thoughts will go in the fucking gutter all day. That gutter will usually prompt me to take actions I don't want to take. Mm-hmm. When I get my train of thought, my stream of thought going in the right direction, it's like a safeguard against doing shit that I shouldn't be doing, that I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. So is that real? Is it really connected? Is that a waste because I don't have some set of actions that I'm going to do because I've framed my mind properly?
But see, I see a little differently, Anders, because I do agree with. I think your inactions are your action. Like Petro, I'm seeing it when John.
But that contradicts what you're saying. It's a waste because these people are praying. There's no action.
So I'm hearing it as when you're in your space that your mindfulness at some point, and Petra, help me here, maybe I'm incorrect. Like the mindfulness when we go through a prayer or through a gratitude session or manifestation, we're taking that moment to at some point move forward. Am I wrong, Petro?
Yeah, no, what you're talking about though is actually overlapping with manifestation.
Not a physical move forward though.
Yeah.
No, just don't commence, but a move forward. Petra, I want to hear Petra say.
Yeah, so there are benefits of sort of the soft definition of manifestation, and a lot of prayer can look this way. So I mean, in psychological science, we don't even call it manifestation. It's usually called thinking, planning, motivation, decision making, expectation. So that's sort of the soft definition of manifestation, and there's lots of benefits to the extent that it's connected to.
Can I jump in real quick right there, brother? Just I'm agreeing. I love this because that is like the next step. Once your train of thought is going the right way, and you're there, boxes checked. Now when you go into the shit you're going to do, you're making a different set of. If you're now all of a sudden I convert to okay, I'm visualizing my day. Guess what? That visualization is very different because I took that first section to believe and get my train of thought going the right direction. But that section where I'm practicing my belief has no action connected to it.
So then, Petro, I'm glad you brought that word out of my brain because I wanted to add it. Because when I saw today's title, prayer, manifestation, gratitude, Petro, I feel like visualization to me is like the action. So John, when I hear action, when I hear visualization, that's me taking what's happening in your brain, Petro, to doing something about it. Am I incorrect, Petro?
Oh no, you're correct about that, but it can actually come from the self, or it can come from another person. Even considering the hypothetical. So if I ask you, guys, will you guys help me move today? I've got a lot of stuff that I need to move, today. A lot of people are going to say, well, no, I have other things to do, right?
Yes.
If you say, I'm not actually asking you to help me today, but if I were to, would you? And then most people will say, oh yeah, sure, of course. It's socially desirable to say. Now I call a week later and ask you for the same thing. People will do, what we will do is erase the error in prediction by following through. So you can improve, you can increase compliance oftentimes twofold, from like 10% to 20% or 30%, just by asking people to consider the hypothetical.
Really?
Now, if you take the hard form or the strong form of manifestation and you just say, okay, manifestation, I'm going to practice thinking and feeling and believing, and I'm going to manifest things to happen like I'm going to win the lottery.
Yeah.
And you randomly assign two groups of people, to engage in just thinking about it, fantasizing about it, versus not. You're not going to find the manifestation condition winning the lottery. It's not going to happen. There's no evidence of that. But again, if you use the soft definition, you say like, okay, I'm going to meditation could be a form of manifestation. I'm just going to think about it. I'm going to kind of visualize myself. I'm going to kind of visualize myself going through the behaviors and kind of fake it till I make it. The 12-step programs are famous for having people struggling with difficult things like alcoholism, who are not into 12-step, but a lot of times they're told, well, just fake it till you make it. That is the one sort of motto that has more evidence than anything coming from 12-step programs is this idea of, okay, I'm going to go through the motions kind of mentally and physically until I get to a point where, okay, it's maybe not a habit, but it's sort of an intentional thing that I can actually accomplish every day. So there's definitely benefits of manifestation. Now, I would be remiss if I said the third one, the gratitude. You take the hard definition and the soft definition, either one, that has the most evidence for psychological, social, and physiological health benefits.
Gratitude. You talked about it yesterday. Gratitude rewires our brain, doesn't it, Joe?
Absolutely. It completely dwarfs manifestation and prayer.
Really? There we go. So you rewired the brain.
Yeah.
That's gratitude. There's no action connected to that.
Yeah.
See, if I were to go back far enough in my evolution, I didn't have this top step. I just went right into visualizing what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? Right. Well, in a fucking scarcity mindset, which I didn't get myself in that abundant mindset in the first step, that plan looks very fucking different than if I'd done my first step. So the first step is not about a physical action. It's about a mental position. Going back to the people that see someone at a mass shooting, their brains got fucking sucked off into maybe, why am I here? They're just trying to find some fucking meaning. Why? Okay, I've got to get back to thinking that I actually do belong here. Whatever it is they're fucking thinking, who knows? Yes. So is it really based around an action, or is it based around putting a belief system, trying to get yourself back to your proper belief? Because your brain is always taking you away
yes,
from the belief that you want. I mean, very rare. I suppose there are some people that fucking believe, that want what their brains fucking believe. But the point is that first step, Keith, is, and the reason I say this is because it was an evolution for me.
Yes. Yeah.
The fact that you're not, as a brother, the fact that you're not registering this is actually, I see as a beautiful thing, brother. You know, let me finish. I'll follow this up. But I would encourage you to do a little discovery. This is where you're supposed to say, no, I don't understand.
I think that I think we're saying the same thing. I'm defining action differently because I believe I believe this, that when you express gratitude, because you do it daily, I do as well. And Petra, correct me if I'm wrong, because I agree with Anderson. Like, there's not a physical action, but what I believe is that if you're actively practicing gratitude, that there's going to be actions, Anderson, within your day that you're doing subtly or unconsciously or consciously, that there's things that you are doing because you know that is helping you with your gratitude. So I'm not saying, John, that, okay, this goes to this direct act. That's not what I'm saying at all. So I agree with you there, but I believe that
the person that's praying, that's his word.
Yes.
Then how is that a waste?
No. So you're misunderstanding.
He's praying with no action. It's a waste. That's what you said.
You're misunderstanding my point of view there. What I'm saying is a waste is that, if maybe we're not taking some subtle actions next with our thoughts, which is how can we make change with that? Are there conversations that we can have? I'm not saying, John, like a direct action, which is okay. We got to do like 1 = 2. No, I'm not talking that literally. I'm talking about, okay, so I'm praying for something not to happen again. What are things that I can do as a human to perhaps do things so these things don't happen again? That's so no, John, you're taking me too literally. That's all I'm saying. You're taking me too literally there. It's that I'm not saying that 1 = 1 goes to 2. It's that, again, back to gratitude. I got to do certain things throughout my day, which will remind me of the gratitude that I have. That's really all that I'm saying. Petra, do you hear what I'm saying there?
Yeah, what I think you guys are talking about is sort of the strength of the mediators. So if you engage, if I ask you to, okay, I want you to list out things that you're grateful for.
Yes.
You don't have to share it with anyone, but every morning or every night, before you go to bed, I want you to list 10 things that you're grateful for. There's a pretty strong association with better mood, sleep, feeling of less fatigue. Now we know that better sleep and better mood, less fatigue are going to increase the likelihood that you're going to maybe accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Yes.
So there's a pretty strong connection between gratitude sort of interventions and is sort of basic physiological health benefits, social and psychological benefits. Now, the connection between prayer and those things, if you take the strong definition, it's like I have no control. I'm kind of giving up, sort of my mental, physical control, and I'm not willing to take any. I'm not even able to take any action to the extent that is going to change the outcome. If there is a connection, it's extremely weak because it's cutting off the mediator. So if you say, like, all right, I'm going to make an intervention and I want a different outcome, there's a sort of the missing link. It's like the link between these two things. We call it the mediator. And the strength between the intervention and the mediator, that can vary. It can be very weak, moderately strong, or very strong. And with gratitude and things like sleep and like we're talking relationship, even social relationships, that link is much, much stronger than sort of the action of intercessory prayer.
Yes.
And whatever might mediate it.
Yeah, because we're talking the same thing, Anderson, in that the way that.
But I think going back to what you were just saying, I think the majority of people, they're just praying because they were taught to pray.
Well, what a wonderful way to end that, Johnny. Because
they don't. What's the purpose of your prayer?
Man, that was the whole point of this conversation. It's exactly.
I knew that, but you're so terrible at putting these things on the table. I fear I'd back you into a corner again.
No,
because he lays these things on the table that are so blanket, they are so easy to attack.
But that's why this is a show. That's why it's entertainment. That's why I'm sorry to say that's why I'm good at what I do and you're good at what you do, because that's the whole point of this. Because you're bang on. I think a lot of people, there's this happened. We all got to go fucking prayer. Hey, Johnny, what are we praying for? I don't fucking know, man, but they're all praying. We got to pray. And then I think a whole society of people just do that, Petro, and they become like fucking zombies. We're just doing this. It's like just following everybody else, Petro. You know what I'm saying?
The first fucking time I went to church, I ate the fucking cracker. I had no fucking clue what the cracker was.
Nobody does, John.
Well, that's the point. It's like you just eat the cracker because there's a fucking long line of people standing there getting a cracker. So what do? You get in the fucking line.
No, I couldn't understand, Petro, why we were all drinking from the same cup.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, brother. The old fucker's got the little thing and he's swiping.
And he wipes it once.
He wipes each fucking thing. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, but the thing too, guys, like a psychological scientist would say, okay, if you're going to study prayer, what they would try to do is partial out. Like, okay, well, what amount of content was actually manifestation? What amount of content was actually, gratitude? What amount of the content was just stating what you're sorry for?
Yes.
A lot of prayers are even structured that way. First, you start out with honor. Then you maybe say what you're what is it that what are your sins? What are you sorry for? And then the next thing is what am I grateful for? And then the requests come.
Right.
And the requests and blessings. So all right. So what part of that? So there's a lot of that content overlaps with things that you might label as manifestation.
Yes.
And gratitude. So it's like, okay, you would have to partial that out statistically. You'd have to measure all. There might be a dozen different things included in what people are calling prayer.
Yeah.
So that has not been done. We don't know the answer to that question.
Anderson, now that's when the scientist comes up. Petro, now he gets into all that bullshit science stuff. Wrapping up with Petro and Anderson. Today was good. I enjoyed that. Quickly, we've got Mike is making stuff. Says, first of all, Dungeons and Dragons under attack. John's role initiative. Don't forget the neurodivergence perspective. Some may disagree, but I have a neural makeup that predisposes me to the last minute action, much as I try to suppress that. And then he says that Mike says sometimes the manifestation you're looking for is that urge within you to take steps yourself. It becomes some weird notion of skies parting and trumpets and really just changing without your effort. And then Lauren jumps in and says, Petro, the laws of attraction. That was so huge in the early 2000s, right? It attracted people. And then, of course, Mike says, it's like the coaches said, while I was in high school, you won't win on the field, Johnny, or the court until you've already won inside your head. And then he also says, perspective changes environment. What I mean is imagine a bunch of thugs trying to pick a mark. They see the kind, happy man from the neighborhood. Oh, not him. He's awesome. Oh, yeah, I get that, eh? Yeah, like if you're putting out some positive energy, there might be some chance that the thugs are going to go after the different thug out there. So good stuff. Mike is making stuff. Joining myself, Petro, and Anderson this morning. Before we walk you guys out of there, I got a quick question for you guys. Are you one of the men that are secretly the chosen ones?
Did you know some guys grow butt crack hair and apparently that makes them the chosen ones? Nature's got a weird sense of humor. The basic idea is simple. Hair shows up there because humans are hairy animals. And some dudes just hit the genetic jackpot in the strangest zip code possible. Some people joke it helps with friction, sweat, or bacteria management, which is science politely saying your ass has its own ugly little ecosystem.
And the evolutionary angle tracks too. We kept random leftovers all over the body, so of course the crack didn't escape the budget cuts.
So no, it doesn't mean you're broken. It just means your body looked at that patch of land and said, yeah, we're landscaping here too.
One man's embarrassment is another man's evolutionary throwback. That's our today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
Yeah, maybe you guys are one of the 30%. I don't know. I'm not asking, but yeah, apparently one of us three might be though, with hairy cracks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I would have to say. I'd have to say a lot. I'd say there's a good fucking majority of men that have hairy cracks.
I would think so too, Anderson. I would think so too.
Like George the Animal Steel. Now, remember that guy?
George was covered in hair, man. George the Animal Steel, a good wrestler there. Petro, how was the tennis tournament last week? And before I get you out of here.
Yeah, we had some good, we had some bad. Overall more good.
Yeah.
But we're back home. I didn't get home till Wednesday, actually.
Oh wow!
losing track of time.
What did your daughter learn from that tournament? What did you say she learned?
She's got to play even better players.
Oh,
you got to go against better competition if you want to get better.
Oh, isn't that true, eh, Johnny? How
we do it a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. John, there's true. Hey, Anderson, big truth to that, eh? Like seriously, you're not going to get better unless you're wrestling or competing against somebody better. There's so much truth to that, isn't there?
Oh, fuck. And the thing is, people don't understand the hierarchy.
I know.
Going from the bottom up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's your local competition. Then you get into your state, and then you get into your nation.
Yes.
Right? And those are all fairly, logical steps from state to nation is a big one.
Yes.
Right. And most people think, oh my God, that's such a huge step. And then they win a national.
Yeah.
And then they realize the step from national to international is like a quantum times 10.
Yep.
So all of a sudden you go from, I can pretty much fucking win a national championship. I've won multiple national championships, and I go to fucking a world level, and if I'm just trying not to make mistakes at that point. My only fucking hope is for me to turn in my best fucking performance.
Yeah.
And I still may not fucking win.
Yeah. I did the same thing, John. I was a great wrestler in high school. Almost made it to a state tournament in the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what state were you in? Because I made it state fucking twice, and I wasn't that great of a fucking wrestler, but I was in Oregon, which is very different than Pennsylvania. That'd be two of the toughest states.
Oh, really? Yeah. Penn State. Yeah.
That's why I didn't do college wrestling, because in the summers I went to some colleges for wrestling camps, and I was like, I can never be this good. and then Nate Carr he was a bronze medalist, I think, at '84 Olympics. I think I had 50 pounds on him, and I was going 100%. I think he was going maybe 50% of that, and he was just throwing me around. I mean, I was just like, it's like
different level,
like not even night and day. It's like this solar system and another solar system difference.
Well, it's funny because I remember Carter, you see your kid in your local community against all your peer groups. Then you take them to like you said, Johnny, out of province or out of state against their peer groups. And then you go to an international thing. Oh, you're actually not that good. Because it's like you're good, you're not bad.
Here's the interesting thing: you put someone in that faster moving current.
Yes,
they're either going to adapt to it very quickly, or they're going to get stuck downstream.
Bingo. If anything you want to say to almost a parent, hey Johnny, is go expose the kid to that current right away, or else don't waste your time. Because if your kids,
when I graduated college, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to live in Marin County. I have family there, so it was helpful. Mm-hmm. But at that time, it was the second most expensive fucking county in the country to live in. So if I can fucking keep my head above water here, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, well said. Well said. All right, boys, I got to get you out of here. Good morning, Cheryl Whitaker. I saw you out there. I missed your comment earlier out there. Petro, you had no tennis that last weekend. Are you back to writing the book this weekend?
Yep. And then next, let's see, after next week's show, I'll be off to Kenya.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. You'll be gone for a few weeks. Eh? Yeah. Hopefully we can get you from Kenya. That's awesome. Anderson, you're getting out of here. You got a nap. What do you got going on today, brother? You got a nap? What do you got going on today?
Yeah, I got a nap. I think I'm going to do some fishing this afternoon.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of people catching fish over the 4th of July weekend. So now that the boats are gone, I'm just going to sit out there. I'm not sure what time I'm going to go out, but grab some sun, catch a few bass.
Nice. That sounds fucking.
Kind of like he's procrastinating this.
Oh,
I see. In my world, I have to plan time to procrastinate.
I love that. Petro, Truss, and Anderson. All right, guys, listen, lots of love from me to you. I thoroughly enjoyed our time together. Great conversation. And Anderson, what a great way to put a cherry on top at the end of that one. So, hey, Petro, quickly, Dairy Queens are closing. Are you surprised?
Jesus Christ, brother. If you keep saying another topic, I'm never going to fucking get out of here. The entertainment's leaving.
We'll see you weekend.
All right, John.
Anderson's out of here. Are you surprised? It's like one of those things you never think is going to close.
Yeah, I keep my life sort of revolved around JCPenney. Okay. When I was a kid, I mean, there was the catalog, and then there was the store, and we would go every summer. We would go. My mother would spend. She'd say, "Okay, you have $100 for new school clothes." That was the budget. And I would try to stretch that, and then Christmas would come, and there would be the catalogs. So JCPenney was like my world, and when those started closing, I noticed, in malls. I mean, and there was, I think in 1980, I remember there was something like 1,700 JCPenney stores in the United States, but now there's about 600.
Yeah,
they just every decade it got worse. Yeah, so. Yeah, not surprised. With your Blockbusters and Dairy Queens and things, and but I'll tell you, Cold Stone ice cream. Maybe that's the reason. I mean, that ice cream is unbelievable.
It is, yeah.
They wanted Dairy Queen out of business.
Well, so here's what I wonder with this news here. Actually, I should dig into it. Like, I wonder if this is like in small town America, or if it's in big town. Because if it's in big town, you got the Dairy Queen that hasn't evolved next door to the Cold Cream. So I can see why. But, Carter plays in a town of 6,000 people, Melfort, Saskatchewan, Petro. I'm sure that Dairy Queen's probably pretty busy because there's not many choices. Right. It's, I find it because I just, again, like our demographic, there's a few brand names. You're right, JCPenney, but you think like McDonald's, you think like Dairy Queen, they're just like going to be around forever. Maybe not.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it doesn't make any sense. I mean, like for instance, why is Domino's Pizza successful in Chicago? I mean, Chicago's supposed to have, I was trying to put something together for a presentation for a talk, and I thought, surely there are no Domino's pizzas in Chicago. No, they're everywhere. I don't get it. So
why?
Yeah. So
is there a Domino's in Italy? I'd be wondering if there's a Domino's in Italy. You're like, why the hell is there a Domino's pizza?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, yeah. I do think people do appreciate good ice cream, and if they can find it, and if there's a mom and pop shop that does it better, people will go.
Well, I know my wife is listening, and she loves good ice cream. Yes, she certainly enjoys her. I love ice cream. I can't love it as much as I do, or else I would be on the wrong track to the coach.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah. Well, don't try the coffee lovers.
No
ice cream at Cold Stone.
No, I will not. All right, Petro. I got a little monologue coming up. It's actually about my monologue this morning is about retirement is an outdated idea. And I'm eager to put some words behind that one because I think it is an outdated idea. Because you think about it, we're similar age. We were growing up. When we were growing up, we were looking to the men of our age when we were younger going, so I guess it's kind of retirement time. I can't even fucking fathom that, Petro. Like the idea, I don't, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? What did I say?
Yeah. I think there has to be maybe a retirement reason. Like there's something else I want to do. I'm not able to do it right now, but when I retire, this is the thing I'm going to do. I think that there's got to be some plan.
Or changing the word about it. Like, what the hell does the word mean? Like, here in Canada, the idea of Freedom 55 was the big insurance selling for years there for a long time. Freedom, it was life insurance, but Freedom 55. Buy, so you can be free at 55. Remember that?
Yeah, but exactly. Well, it was people talk about it that way too. I think we've got enough data from baby boomers too that sort of like this extended to the year's weekend. So working 9 to 5. Monday through Friday, kind of living for the weekend kind of culture, thinking about retirement that way, that doesn't work. It doesn't work for a lot of people. You've got to have some sort of plan or some sort of thing that you want to do.
Well, we're living longer than ever too, right? So you think like if you're living till 80 or 90, you still got another 40 years yet. I remember a good friend of mine, Petro, who I sat with him a couple of years ago, and he's in his later 60s now, and he's like, "Fuck, man," he goes, "I'm kind of concerned about running out of money because my parents are still living, and his parents are in their late 90s, and like, if I'm going to live as long as them, he's like, I might run out of cash." He was joking, of course, but in some ways, I know it was a legitimate thought of his as well because he stopped work at 55. He's like, "Holy fuck, man, I still got 40 years to go."
Yeah. Yeah, I'm retiring at 55.
Yeah. Cheryl comes in and says, we got Jon Kiesel. Prayer for wisdom and guidance is not action required. Prayers for all of you. I love that, says Jon Kiesel. Yeah, but again, I go back to that conversation. I think we do act even if we don't. So I want to just, before you go, I do recognize that people see action as, okay, one foot following the other is action. Sure. But that action has to start somewhere. So Kiesel, if you're listening to right now, my prayer or my gratitude, those are all mental actions for me. But if I'm going to put them, if I do enough of it, it's going to make my body move. I'm trying to keep rules. Do you see what I'm trying to say, Petro? Am I not connected?
Yeah, it can increase the likelihood of a behavior. So I might, I pray for something today, and that gets my mindset that, okay, maybe I'm much more likely in a few months from now to vote.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes.
So that would be sort of a connection between, the sort of the mental mindset that I have, through prayer, and then having an impact on a behavior. So, but if you say like, maybe your criterion is just to perceive someone in a more positive light.
Yes.
And maybe there's really no action. It's just how you think about another person. Well,
okay. But
I can imagine prayer having an impact on that, even more likely than something that's observable and measurable, like voting and getting up off your ass.
But I'm glad you gave me that example to wrap this up, because if I'm going to be intentionally creating, I'm going to be kind to you because I'm grateful, or through prayer. Okay, I pray for John's health today. I'm looking to the Lord. I'm looking for prayer to help John get through it. Okay, so then myself, when I'm with you, I believe that my words then help me intentionally put actions into play. Regardless if something happens, I still believe that my intentionally thinking, praying, having gratitude about it, there is an action there, even if it's not measurable. No, I know you're the scientist.
No, there's at least two different processes there. Sometimes we focus on cognitive dissonance, others focus on what we call self-perception theory. And both of them hold that you may infer from the fact that you prayed for John that you're actually you like John, you're concerned for John, and maybe the next time you speak with them, you might be more likely to find cues or recognize things that might be important to him or whatever, and you might ask him about. So there's certainly a connection there between self-perception and social perception sort of having an effect. It's often hidden, and
because I would have intentionally done that. I'm saying, okay, I'm intentionally going to see John later today, and I know there's a lot of stuff going on, so I'm intentionally gonna, you're right, say things, be things like that. That to me is an action. Right. And I know it's not maybe as measurable as like Anderson was talking about, but that to me is an action as a result of my thoughts. My mental thoughts help me be the precursor to some actions when I was sitting in front of you.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just like when someone mentioned the law of attraction, so positive. I mean, that's an old philosophical sort of idea that positive thinking and negative thinking lead to positive and or negative experiences.
Yeah.
There's seemingly countless examples of that, and well documented.
I love learning with you, brother. I love learning with you, and I love learning from you. Thank you. I have been, I'd like to think, a much more educated young man. Yeah, I'm the young one, as you know, since I met you. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. This has been fun.
100%, my brother. Well, listen, you enjoy your day today. I got you overtime today, my friend. Hey, coming up later today, we got that brand new show we're dropping with Jon Kiesel called The Tie-In. It's going to be fun, man. Roofing industry stuff. Petro, the industry has not seen anything like we are creating, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll send you the link a little bit later today, okay?
I'm interested, yeah. Do
all
that.
Right, have a good one, brother. Petro's out of here.
All right, love you guys. Thanks.
All right, Johnny's out of here. Petro's out of here every single Friday. My brother from another mother, one of my favorite segments, Dr. Jon Petrocelli. I know for sure, I can guarantee it, we would have been friends growing up, doing All the good stuff. All right, Jim, I know we're going. I didn't expect us to be going this long today, but just been a great show. We've had a lot of fun, so I want to keep it going. So let's get going here. We're going to do a monologue, and the monologue this morning, before we wrap it up, for all of you guys, if you're thinking about, if you're close to, if you're a part of retirement, you guys might want to hear what I got to say next. Next thing's going to go to less than a minute. Retirement is an outdated idea. Yes, I got some words, some opinions, something to say. It's coming up less than a minute on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Retirement used to be the reward for surviving work. Now it can become the story that convinces capable people to stand down.
We spent decades collecting judgment, scars, relationships, and pattern recognition. Walking away from that too early wastes hard-earned leverage.
The old script tells us to reduce risk. But sometimes the bigger risk is becoming smaller while calling it responsible.
When we stop placing new bets, our world contracts. Health slips, curiosity fades, and self-respect starts asking harder questions.
This isn't about pretending we're young. It's about using age as an advantage instead of treating it like a warning label.
Experience should make us more useful, not more cautious. The next chapter deserves our strength, attention, and best decisions.
Reinvention means carrying the proof of what we've survived into something new. Not escaping the past, but spending it wisely.
I'm not preparing to retire. Nope. I'm preparing to become dangerous. That's a true mother story. I'm 54 years old, and according to the old script, I should be thinking about slowing down. Maybe protecting what I've built, maybe reducing risk, making sure I have enough money to disappear comfortably someday. But you know what? I don't want to disappear comfortably. No shit, Sherlock, every single day live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on Mornings in the Lab. And I don't believe the purpose of life is to spend your healthiest years working toward a future where nobody expects anything from you. No, you see, retirement was created for a different world. A world where work often broke the body. Careers followed predictable paths. And people were expected to just step aside at a predetermined age. Oh, you're 55, time to step aside and get into the under 60 apartment. Well, listen, this isn't the world we live in anymore. We're living longer. We have access to better information, better training, better tools. AI has given one experienced person the capabilities that once required an entire team. Yet we're still following a life plan built around decline. You guys notice that? Why is that? Learn when you're young, earn when you're middle-aged, withdraw when you're old. Dude, whose script is that? Because I'm rejecting all of it. Because at 54, I have something that I couldn't buy at 23. Shit, I couldn't even buy it when I was 30. You know what that is? Pattern recognition. Listen, I've won, I've lost, I've built companies, I've sold companies, and I've watched parts of my identity disappear with them along the way. I've made decisions that created opportunities and decisions that have left scars, not only for me, but for others around me. And those experiences, that doesn't make me finish. No, you know what it does, guys? It makes me equipped. It makes me equipped more than that 23-year-old I was when I was looking to myself in my 50s. And this shouldn't be the age when we become quieter. It should be the age when we finally have something meaningful to say. That's what we do this show all the time. Because maybe the goal, guys, maybe the goal isn't retirement. Maybe the goal is actually called reinvention. To build a body capable of carrying us into the next chapter, to keep our minds curious, to place new bets, to become beginners again, not because everything behind us was meaningless. No, but because maybe everything behind us has prepared us for what comes next. You've heard me say it before, you've heard me say it again. We are the before and after generation. That is the generation that we are, called Generation X. Listen, I'm not chasing youth. Are you kidding me? I'm fucking chasing youth every single day. Nah, I kid. I've already lived it. No, today, I'm chasing strength. I'm chasing relevance. I'm chasing adventure, contribution, the opportunity to do the most important work of my life while finally understanding who I actually am. I don't need a finish line chosen by a previous generation or some arbitrary date on a calendar. And listen, I am not spending the next decade rehearsing my exit. No, I'm building the entrance. Because listen, maybe 54 isn't late. Maybe 54 is when experience, resources, urgency, and courage finally meet. And nation. And if that's true, oh baby, I'm not winding down. Guess what? The handsome chief, the young one, the host of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. If all that is true, I'm not winding down because you know what? I've just started. I'm just getting dangerous. Good morning, nation. Good morning, nation. Good morning, nation. We are starting to wrap it up here this morning. Got my buttons going on here. Hold on. There we go. We got Rico in the comments. He says, I'm retired, but if I was still able to walk, I'd still be working because I loved what I was doing. I'm 73, and if I could walk, I'd still be working. I don't need the money. I loved what I did. Rico, I love you, man. You know those 3 words? I love you, brother. I'll tell you why. You show up here on the show all the time. You clearly have the energy like a young man. You clearly have the attitude of a young man. You clearly have the spirit of a young man. So I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you keep me accountable to our Rico Minute in the morning. And I love the fact that how he ends this. I don't need the money. I loved what I did. And that's coming from our very own Rico. That is awesome. Charlie, thank you, brother. You always hang out with us every single day. Hey, Charlie, did you meet the Utter Mudder this morning in the community from North Dakota? And Charlie, I know you've met Mike is making stuff. Mike, thanks for hanging out with us again here on the show. Cheryl Whitaker was hanging out with us as well. John Kiesel was hanging out with us as well. Hey, myself and John Kiesel, we got the show dropping later today called The Tie-In. Yes, a brand new live show on the Roofing Authority Network with myself and John Kiesel. We're digging into reinventing, rejuvenating, and reimagining the commercial roofing industry, producing content that they have never seen before. Oh, baby. I can't wait to introduce our style of content to that industry that is going to be, we're going to have a lot of fun with this. We're looking forward to that. It's going to drop a little bit later this morning on the network. So guys, I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me, John and Petro and Brianna and the entire team, Melissa and Jimmy and everybody behind the scenes. Thank you guys. Listen, everybody behind the scenes has been busting it super hard this week. And I just want to take a chance to publicly say thank you because the candles have been burning not only at 2 ends, 3 ends, every end. But the results are happening. So guys, thank you. Neiman, thank you. Jimmy, thank you. Let's get after it, guys. Have a great weekend, nation. So you know what? Good time. That's exactly it. Why has roofing not changed in 100 years? Well, listen, we're going to change it with some great content, some great storytelling, and a lot of great fun stuff starting today on the Roofing Authority Network with myself and John Kiesel. There's Cheryl. I love it. Cheryl's out there as well. I appreciate you, my girl, my sister from another one. Oh, yeah, Rico, I'm praying for you, Keith. I love you, man. That's so awesome. And you guys make me feel so fucking good. I don't even know how to say it. I really don't know how to say it other than that. You know, every single day. Hey, good time. You can see it, man. You've been here since day one with Hellride, right? You know, there's a few of us, and then there was a few more of us. And then there's a few more of us, and now there's plenty of us that show up every single day. So I got to tell you guys, I love when I'm here, and I see the comments rolling up, and you guys pop it in. Rico's praying for you. Yeah, Rico, I know. I can. Rico, you make me laugh. And hey, guys, I got some. So listen, I don't know if you guys are watching the fight tomorrow night. I don't know if you guys are into it or not, but I'm going to put the fight on. And I'm saying to Carter, maybe we stream while the fight is on. I don't know. But if a stream thing pops up while the fight is on, come tune in because maybe we'll stream and maybe we'll bring Mornings to the Lab live. It'll be evenings in the lab, of course, live when my alarm's going off to eat. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. Maybe we'll put the show on while the fight is on. Who knows? If not, we'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend, nation, or we'll see you Saturday night. Lots of love from me to you. I'm the handsome chief, otherwise known as what, Cheryl? What, Cheryl? The young one. Yeah, I'm Keith Billis. We'll see you guys later. Mornings in the Lab is out of here. Ciao, nation.